What's going on, guys? It's Max here, and today we got another GT7 video. It's with a brand new update that just came out. We got GT Sophy. It's in the game, the AI's here, and it's fast. So the first thing I wanted to do once I hopped on and started testing out Sophy was I wanted to just do a 1v1 in equal cars just to get a baseline. And yeah, no, Sophy's faster than me. Got that pretty quick and clear. I think my best time against it after the 2 laps was over on Tsubuka was 2.5 seconds off. So I can definitely keep pace eventually, but as of right now, it's not looking good. Luckily, though, we do have a PP advantage in the actual races. It goes down for every level. The car stays the same, just gets less modded as you get through the higher difficulties. But even on the highest difficulty, I still believe it's a 20 PP difference that we have. So there is advantage, there is hope. And let's just get right into the first one. So starting off with the first race, as you can see, it is the beginner one, so we are going to be driving the Integra Type R at 594.76 pp. This is by far the fastest one, and it's honestly really fun to drive, I can't lie, I quite enjoyed it. And the first thing I want to say with the Sophy AI that I noticed that you saw going into that first corner there is, man, can they close a door. The AI is just generally aggressive, like the standard just computer you race against in this game is quite aggressive on defense, I find, but Sophy really takes it to a next level. Mind you, though, they are driving 3 hatchbacks that I can only assume that are completely bone stock, so passing them is not terribly hard. Might have been a little bit of a bumper tap right there, but we got away pretty clean, so I'll say it was safe. The Sophy is definitely good, though. In the braking, when in the coasting section of that braking phase is when you kind of need to get that turn in fully before you can get on the power. I always notice, even in these cars, they catch up to me. Like, the AI is good, it can race. But even with just this car, Violet, who's in the Integra, which is the fastest out of all the AIs you race against, still has no chance to catch up. The gap just only gets bigger and bigger. It's just, car's too fast. So yeah, the second lap is my best lap of it. The third lap is nothing to write home about, so that one's just cut out. And after this lap is over, we'll be getting into the next one. And now here we are with race 2, and now this Integra Type R is at 522.13 pp, so quite a bit of a drop there, but still much higher than the other cars that we are racing. And you can see it basically goes the same, just everything takes a little bit longer. The racing definitely is a little bit more fun this way, but it doesn't make too much of a difference. I still pass them all in the first lap and then just take off. Once Violet does get ahead of all of them, Violet as well can't keep up with this spec of the Integra. So the gap still increases after it once I'm in free air, but just much less so than the first race. This corner is definitely a good testament to Sophy. I definitely brake too early, but how alongside it can get in that aberrith in such little time is quite impressive. Obviously, as you see onto the straight there, it can just take off right past it, but the lines it can take and the speed it carries through corners with stability and traction is absolutely crazy. And with this slower version, just barely, I do pass everyone on the first lap still, but as you saw how close that was. And it goes on very, very smooth throughout the rest of the race. Just still keep on building that gap to the Violet and the rest of them, and it's all smooth sailing. The third lap is my fastest on this one, so we will go through all the laps of this race. Absolutely botched that turn, but I was just trying to figure out this version of this car because it was my first time on it. But yeah, we'll go through the rest of this race and then we'll get right into the next one. And now we're on to the final race, the expert one, and this Integra is at 490.94 pp, which is basically 20 over Violet, the other Integra. And this is the first race, at least for me, where I have to say you had to work for it. You were still quite faster than the hatchbacks, but it was actual racing. Like, it was obviously racing with a massive advantage, but as you can see, there's some wheel to wheel. It's not just blowing past everyone, whether it's braking or turning or just on the straight. It was by far the most fun, and Violet is basically on pace with me. And heading into the final corner of the first lap, it is sad, but for the first race, or for the final race, I will not be passing all cars on the first lap. It's a little bit of a sad day. Finally, couldn't get them all done. No, but the car just obviously doesn't have the speed for it, just with what it's at. But first is still very, very inevitable. And once I pass this car, even though it is with the slowest of all the Integras, just like the previous two races, it is basically just driving in clean air for the rest of it. The cool part about it is once Sophy gets up in the second, watching the split between us, the car it's finally on a close enough equal ground where Sophy's able to outperform that 20 pp difference, and it would be very, very good racing, very competitive racing if we started off, let's say, like standing start side by side, but that isn't the case, so it's just rolling and running to the finish line. And this is the final of the races for the Tsubuka circuit, but I will be doing all the other 3 races with Sophy. I want to get as much time with this AI I can. It is mind-blowingly fun. But yeah, I will catch you guys in the next video. Hope you enjoy this one, and have a good day.